Hello everyone watching. On this beautiful summer day and on this beautiful road, I would like to take this opportunity and showcase how good of a motorcycle this has become after a very few very minor modifications. Well, for starters, this tire that you see, this is a different tire. This is not the stock Pirelli, this is not a Seat, this is an MRF Zapper Y. It's the same size as the stock tires, that is 130 by 70, 18 inches, but this has a different thread pattern, and this thread pattern, it's quite beautiful. Well, I recently did a trip to Mumbai on this very Ventura Blue, and so far my experience has been wonderful, just wonderful. A couple of modifications. The tire is one. This handlebar, this entire set. Well, now after having done a lot of kilometers on this bike, let's see how much. Well, on the day of going to Mumbai, I set this trip to 0. Now it's 1632.1. So I've done exactly this amount of riding on this motorcycle, from Goa to Mumbai and Mumbai and back, and a few days of riding here in Goa. And this machine has improved a hell lot, just because of two very simple modifications. Okay, I want to talk about the tire, but that later. Now, the primary purpose of doing this modification here, this flat handlebar on the GT650, was comfort. I knew when I was going to Mumbai, I just wouldn't last with the clip-ons, because the clip-ons are just not very aggressive, but too aggressive for long distance riding. And this handlebar is of the MT15. It wasn't a stock fit. I had to do a bit of machining here for these to hold in place, and I also made some bar end weights and I put it in both ends, so that was done. The vibrations almost zero, no vibrations at all, no slippage of any sort. These are the stock handlebar catches from the Interceptor 650, and this is the top yoke from the Interceptor 650. So this is a very good match for this motorcycle, because see this, if you can see from here properly, this is not heighted at all. Okay, this does not have a lot of height, and it is not as aggressive as the clip-ons. But having said that, it maintains the aggressive stance of the GT650 very well, and not the Interceptor. The Interceptor, see, my personal preference, I don't like the Interceptor seating position because it's just too damn high and the foot pegs are just too damn placed forwards. Now, having placed this handlebar on this bike, the rider's triangle has changed a bit. It's a bit more upright, so that gives you a lot more confidence while cornering and also just daily commutes on the roads anywhere, because you sit a bit upright, not very upright but a bit upright, and you still have a very controlling stance on the motorcycle. You can grip the tank with your knees very well, and also the foot pegs are rear set. So I think it is a very good balance between a very aggressive street fighter and it's a fairly good commuter and a very good tourer as well, just because of these two simple modifications. Well, now coming to the part, how was my experience riding this motorcycle for 1600 kilometers in the city, on the highways, and locally here on these streets of my beautiful Goa. So firstly, very good. Entire bike, very good. One thing I would like to point out, that the gear shifts, the gearbox on this motorcycle on the highway or anywhere, it is a joy. One flick up, one flick tuck down, buttery smooth, absolutely great. And on the highway, see this engine right here, it's a very capable engine. This is a 650 parallel twin, which is very capable of sustaining decent speeds on the highway. I was maybe in the 6th gear. I have very good knowledge about the 6th gear now. in 6th gear on 3000 rpm, you can do 80 kilometers per hour very easily. And if you give it a bit more throttle for on 4000 rpm, 100 kilometers without any problem at all. This is very comfortable to ride at those speeds on the highway, and you can sustain this the same speed for hours and hours. Maybe when we went in the morning, there was a highway stretch and we covered around 90 odd kilometers in 1 hour 10 minutes maybe, because we started at 7:40 in the morning and we reached Kankauli by around 9, which is around 90 kilometers away from my place. Okay, now coming to the most important part about touring on this motorcycle. See, when I went, I had installed baffles in this Red Rooster Performance exhaust, stellar exhaust, and on the highway it gave me a mileage of around 29 kilometers. Someone is coming right here. Why? Which I think it's damn good, because see, 30 kilometers per liter for a bike of this proportions and this engine capacity and this bloody exhaust, I think it's quite good. Whew. Yes, okay. So, but just one small complaint: this fuel tank, it's 12.5 liters and you get around 10 liters of fuel, and the rest is reserve, so you don't get a very good touring range in the stock fuel tank. But it's still okay. For 1400 kilometers I had to fuel up, I think around 5-6 times, so it gave me a mileage of 29, right? So decent touring mileage, not bad. So overall, the mileage I would calculate on this motorcycle with this entire setup would be around 25-26 mixed usage on the cities, in the cities, on the highways and everything. Now, just one slight problem I faced while traveling on this motorcycle was, see, luggage, you can't really carry a lot of luggage on this bike, because firstly there are no mounting points. You have to do a lot of jugaad. You have to tie the rope here, and you just have to do a jugaad and mount your luggage, and that is a bit of a problem. See, if I had installed panniers, either soft or the hard ones, that would ruin the look of the cafe racer, and I did not want that. I wanted to ride this specific motorcycle on the streets of Mumbai just as it is, and for that reason, no panniers. Yeah, but if I had installed panniers, the the problem would have been solved. So that is not a problem, I guess. And this is the stock seat. Now this seat looks good. This, for these kind of roads, short distances, this seat performs well too. But on the highway, my ass started to hurt. This is a very soft seat. This is the stock seat that comes with the motorcycle. Another distraction. Bye. Okay. So if I had changed this seat to the touring seat, I think my ass would have thanked me. Again, distractions. So bloody hard to make a video. Everyone who's watched, thank you very much for watching. Have a good night. Bye bye.